I want to welcome you to the Pantheon. I'm your host, Ray.
And I'm Evie.
And today we're looking at Batman 1989, the movie that really kicked off the genre. Tim Burton's Batman, starring Michael Keaton, Kim Basinger, and Jack Nicholson.
Mm-hmm.
So what were your initial thoughts, Evie?
The first Batman I really liked. He just introduced me to DC. I really liked him as a super figure.
Mm-hmm.
And that movie made me like comics. You know, he wasn't all punch people. He was good side, bad side. And he really showed his good side, not always the bad side, opposed to the Batman now. Yeah, that was good, and not so much violence as it is now.
Yeah, you're right. Because I guess, well, yes, I agree on a lot of things you just said, because this is the Batman that took it to a more of a noir. Because all we had before this was the Super Friends Batman, and we had like comic book Batman, which was a detective, and then we had the I keep wanting to say Roger Corman, Adam West Batman, which was the one that everyone associated with. This one made it serious. This gave it a tone. Like, this was dark and gothic, and it was like, this is like, feels like, oh, this is a drama. This is really good. Like, this is like a serious Batman. Yeah, it had its camp, it had its colors, and Jack Nicholson, I thought what Cesar Romero did, I think he just went to a next level. Before there was the Joker, the Nolan's Joker. I mean, Nicholson was on its own, just like on fire. Like, I was laughing in the theater at his jokes. I mean, they weren't funny, but they were psychotically twisted. Little Antoine's hot on the collar here. We got a live one here. Like, these are the little lines that we remember from the film. And I thought this was such a strong film. One of the things that made Prince's Bat Dance so iconic is that he never used clips from the movie. He used sound bites. Most music videos that you see use clips from the films, which dates it. This one makes it, everlasting, is because you just have memorable lines from the movie. So, like, you could quote lines from the film based on the music video, and that's what made it so special. And Prince, I mean, his last commercial hit was Purple Rain. This was his next big commercial hit since then, and then whatever else happened. But this was a time where it was like, it put Tim Burton on the map. I mean, Michael Keaton was already famous for doing Beetlejuice. He was well known for doing all these films, Mr. Mom, and he was doing dramatic stuff and comedic stuff. But this one put him on the map. The only issue I had with the movie, when in the middle of the night after him and Vicky Vale got together, was that he was hanging upside down in the middle of the night like an actual bat. That made no sense to me at the time. It makes no sense to me now, other than the fact that he was able to use his legs on the bell tower and upside down and knock a guy out. But there's no real callback. I mean, why would someone actually hang upside down at night? Other than articulating the idea that he's a bat, which was kind of strange. Okay. Besides that, I like this. I like the soundtrack. The soundtrack is still memorable. I mean, it was used for Batman animated series, which lasted years and years and years and years. Whenever you associate Batman, that soundtrack from Danny Elfman is synonymous with Batman, even to this day. So a lot about this is just synonymous. Even the attitude, the look of it. I mean, this was the one where the cow does not go up or down, but. Do you have a favorite look for Batman? Was Keaton your favorite Batman, or was somebody else?
I like the latest Batman because he was like a character that did whatever he needed to do.
Exactly.
And not a lot of sensitivity.
Yeah. And he's very bulletproof. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He just did whatever he had to do. So yeah, I really like that, and I link it with Superman as a character because he wasn't wimpy or whatever, he did what he needed to do. That's my thought.
True that. Well, on that note, I'm Ray.
And I'm Evie.
We'll talk to you later.